DB Rye, what madness is this? You wouldn't, would you? Hey guys, DB Rye here, and today I am back with what if Bardock was sent to Earth instead of Goku? And well, this was somewhat of an interesting story, just forming within Bardock's early life, especially his, specifically his childhood, being, working his way up as a middle-class Saiyan, as well as, helping his father with maintenance and maintaining the, space pods, as was his father's duty. Well, one day, when he, decided to take a nap in a malfunctioning space pod, it basically took Bardock into the air and flew him out into space, where he basically landed on Earth, and he is found by who I'd say a 30-year-old Grandpa Gohan, maybe. Could be 40. Anyway, somewhere along there. And basically, now, it was no mystery to Gohan that Bardock was exceptionally powerful, definitely a lot more powerful than he is in terms of raw power. However, he didn't know certain martial art basics like sensing energy, how to raise your energy at will, and other little things like that, which eventually, when Bardock came around, they started having sparring sessions together. Grandpa Gohan would actually, just call him Gohan at this point, would actually win, except mostly because he'd take advantage of the Saiyan weak point, grabbing the tail, or, yeah. A fault that, Bardock just hasn't worked out yet, but in his adult life, he has, as we got into the Pilaf saga a bit, with adult Bardock accompanying Bulma on her quest to find the 7 Dragon Balls. And I understood, I actually did keep to the canon mostly at this point, and I know there was a little bit of drama about whether I really should have went that route or should have done something completely different, but don't worry, I'm going to try to shake things up in this part here. Now, where we last left off, Yamcha had joined the crew, along with Oolong, and their car was just attacked by Zhao, essentially knocking down everyone. Bardock is actually knocked out from the blast, and I know what you're gonna say. Bardock is a Saiyan. He's really powerful, yeah, and at this point he's got a power level 2,000, 3,000, something like that. Remember, he hasn't gone through all that harshness back on Planet Vegeta, conquering planet after planet, putting himself in danger all the time. So he's nowhere near as strong as the original Bardock. Just pointing it out. Okay, continuing. And as we know from the Resurrection of F arc, Saiyans are vulnerable when their guards are down. If their guard's not up, they're not ready for battle. You can take them out as easily as taking out any other person. You know, after all, look how easily Perfect Cell killed Future Trunks during the Cell games when his guard was down. Anyways, so continuing right where we left off, Bardock has since come to, and the Dragon Team, they're not really the Dragon Team yet, I suppose, but, you know, the rest of the gang are all filling in Bardock what's happened, that someone in a mech suit had come along and attacked them, and it's the reason why Bardock is in basically got a bit of a headache at the moment. Either way, Bardock is not happy, and to Bardock, they just damaged his Saiyan pride. Oh, look out, Shu. And so, with that, Bardock just gets to his feet. He holds his hand out to Bulma and says, Give me the Dragon Raider. And well, luckily for them, they don't have Bardock's Dragon Ball. They don't have the 4-star ball that Gohan gave to them at the start of the quest. Bardock had held on to them the whole time, while Bulma held on to the rest. So Shao did make that mistake again, and Bardock just tells the others, "Wait here, I'll handle this myself." And well, no one's really going to argue with Bardock. He's the strongest one there. He's way over the power of Yamcha. You know, if anyone can storm a fortress, retrieve all the Dragon Balls, and foil the plans of 3 bumbling villains, it is Bardock. And well, Bardock is flying straight towards them at rapid speed, and meanwhile Pilaf and all that, realizing they didn't have all 7 of the Dragon Balls, look on the radar to see that the last Dragon Ball is heading straight for them, and heading there really fast. What could be traveling that fast? And, well, suddenly a big blast is heard at the front door, and Bardock is in the palace. And he is just tearing stuff up. Shu unleashes his dog police force, I think he called them, and well, that's just no problem for Bardock. He's taken them down with one finger, just basically touching these wolves, and they're basically telling out, Pilaf, this guy, he's gonna hurt us.
Now, just calm down, Shu, hang on. Perhaps there's a business opportunity here, yes. Say, you actually show quite a bit of promise. Why not join us? You could have any piece of this planet you want. Any. Just name your price.
The only price I'm interested in are the Dragon Balls you stole from us. Hand them over, and I might not kill you.
You think you're really tough, huh? Well, what's that over there?
Bardock actually looks at falls for it, and Pilaf, Shu, and Mai are basically running for it, heading off into their little maze, and Bardock follows suit, and well, this is where he more or less enters their so-called trap. And he's running around trying to dodge and get away from this marble. And well, eventually, after getting enough distance from himself and the ball, he turns around and just immediately powers up that attack. You know that attack he does? That one attack he uses, one that he throws at Frieza during the whole Bardock TV special and the Dragon Ball Super Broly remake? Yes, that very attack, and blows apart the giant marble. Yeah, well, Emperor, do you have any more plans?
Not really.
And well, with that, Bardock basically goes from room to room, wrecking the whole palace, looking for Pilaf and Mai and Zhao, and after a few rooms later, he does eventually find him. This is your last chance, Pilaf. Hand me the Dragon Balls right now, and I might not kill you. And well, with that, Pilaf and Zhao and Mai just hand over the dragons.
Well, I hope there is no hard feelings. I hope you know the whole thing was just a testy to make sure you're worthy of the Dragon Balls.
Pilaf being Pilaf. And well, with that, Bardock returns with the Dragon Balls, and well, this is where they summon the dragon, and you're probably wondering who actually gets the wish. As it turns out, Bardock actually tries to sneak in one of his own wishes before everyone else could get a chance. So as soon as the dragon appears, he straight up says, "Return me to planet Vegeta." The dragon goes, "That is an impossible wish, for planet Vegeta was destroyed many years ago." "What? My whole planet is destroyed?" And well, before Bardock could say another word or try to utter in another wish, he is suddenly staring at the full moon. And well, we know what happens next. A change begins to go over Bardock, and he begins transforming into the Great Ape Ozaru form, but not before telling his friends to run. After all, this Bardock doesn't have the experience the original Bardock has with the transformation. He hasn't learnt to control it fully, because being where he is, there hasn't been much use. There hasn't been much... he's been avoiding all the full moons on planet Earth is what I'm getting at. And so, if he did have any practice and was reasonably good at it before landing on Earth as a child, you could say he's out of practice. So, with that, you've got a rampaging Bardock going around, wrecking Pilaf's palace. Why not? They're still pretty close to the palace. So, with his friends out of sight, they wreck the... Bardock's wrecking the palace, and, well, luckily Bardock's in his Saiyan armor, just to be clear. Bardock still has his Saiyan armor. I don't think he ever takes it off. Ooh. Alright, so yes, Bardock is rampaging and completely destroying Pilaf's palace, and we do get the whole airplane gunfight between Pilaf and his crew against the Great Ape, kind of like in the original, but yeah, a lot less one-sided because their plane's taken out by Bardock's energy beam. And well, with that, that's over, and well, but Bardock turns his eyes and his attention is now gone from Pilaf to his friends, who he sees more or less running off, and he's more or less chasing after them. And, well, there's not a lot of time to think, so Oolong actually runs for the Eternal Dragon and asks the dragon if he can restore Bardock back to normal. I know, Oolong's not wishing for the most comfortable pair of underwear? I know. He's actually trying to save his friends this time. Well, I guess he was trying to save his friends when he did the other wish, otherwise Pilaf would have taken over the world. So yeah, either way, the little porker is the hero, and Bardock is restored to normal, and all he could do is look at his friends and apologize for his behavior. I haven't been in that form for so long. I've forgotten how to control it. I'm sorry for any pain I may have caused you. And they just basically tell him not to worry about it. And well, with that, and Bulma and Yamcha pretty much hooking up, and well, Oolong and Pa deciding to stick with them back to the city, Bardock's gonna head back home, tell Gohan about their crazy adventure, and maybe head over to Master Roshi's and begin some training of his own. However, this is where things begin to differ, because, well, a couple of days, when Bardock's been home, he filled Gohan in on their crazy adventures, and Bardock promises that within a year's time he'll recover the 4-star ball for him, and well, with that, this is where things really take quite a crazy left turn in the story, because there is a new rival heading for the planet, and it is a Saiyan space pod, and it's heading straight for Mount Paozu. And well, the planet, the ship has landed. Now I know what you're gonna say, DB Rai. You just said you had the dragon say that Planet Vegeta was destroyed many years ago. Why would there be a Saiyan coming here now? Wouldn't they have been here years ago too, escaping if they were coming to Earth? Well, it depends. If you got a Saiyan who doesn't really know how to really use the space pod too well, you could be drifting in space for years, for decades even, or or the space pod malfunctions like Bardock's did, or a Saiyan with no particular coordinate on where to go is just looking for somewhere with signs of life where she can go that's particularly away from a certain empire. And I think I just gave away who this Saiyan is. And well, when this ship came into orbit and was about to crash on the planet, Bardock and Grandpa Gohan indeed saw it coming, and Bardock could recognize right away that it was a Saiyan space pod, and that this both made Bardock sort of excited but nervous at the same time. After all, Bardock has sort of over the years come to call Earth his home, and well, just like with Gohan, and even Roshi, Bardock has a sense of protecting his home, especially since finding out he lost his old home, that being revealed by the Eternal Dragon. Too bad the dragon didn't give him specifics. And, in other words, what I'm getting at, this Saiyan could just as easily be a threat, or just as easily be someone just like Bardock, just trying to find somewhere to live. And well, with that, Bardock and Gohan do come before the ship, and well, the Saiyan space doors open, and out steps this young Saiyan woman. A very particular hairstyle, kind of like this. Blue armor, a skirt, a tail, and not a particularly high power level. It is indeed Gine. Gine has somehow managed to navigate her way to Earth, and well, it had taken her years since Planet Vegeta's destruction. And well, what exactly is her story? Well, let's find out. Bardock more or less catches Gine as she sort of passes out, and it's quite obvious she's needs some food in her. She's hungry, and yeah, so they take her straight to Gohan's homestead, and with Bardock included, they're whipping up quite the spread. And well, let's just say the smelling of that good food was enough to wake any Saiyan up, including Gine, who just wakes up and she's like, gimme. Well, you know what Saiyans are like. Oh, yes, Bardock. She is definitely one of your Saiyans, isn't she? Yep. There's no mistaking our appetites. Oh, this is so good. And well, needless to say, after they're all done eating, And, well, this is where Bardock addresses the elephant in the room. What brings you here? And, well, Kine gets a really good look at Bardock, and she actually sort of recognizes him. She was, as a sort of a little girl, she sort of had a little crush on Bardock, even though she was more or less a street urchin being abandoned by her parents. If we're going off the same sort of upbringing that I used for the what if Guinea was raised by King Cold what if, which feel free to check that out. She was a street urchin, and well, she did often admire Bardock somewhat. She didn't really know who he is, or never really went up to talk to him, but she heard talk about him and saw him from time to time, and she had a bit of a little girl's crush on him. And she just goes, You're Bardock, aren't you? What happened to you? Like 20 or so years ago, you disappeared. What happened? I'll ask the questions here. What are you doing here? Well, I don't know if you're aware, but our planet is gone, Bardock. Yes, I am. A magical dragon told me. Kine sort of taken back at this. A magical what? But she just more or less shakes it off, thinking it's some sort of joke. Or maybe he was being sarcastic. It was Lord Frieza, Bardock. Lord who? Oh, right. You were gone all that time. You wouldn't have known. King Cold isn't running the Cold Empire anymore. You say. So he retired. Huh. Did he restore the Saiyans' freedom? No, he just handed down the reins to his son Frieza. And Lord Frieza blew up our planet. How come you're alive? How'd you get out then? Well, it was actually by chance. First I heard some rumors about Frieza sending all the Saiyans home. For some reason, there was no explanation. And, well, I just happened to overhear on my scouter that Frieza was intending to destroy our planet. I heard it from a few of his goons. So you ran away. You ran away rather than fight trying to defend our planet from Frieza. What a disgrace you were. But Bardock pretty much storming out the room, and Gohan just assuring the young girl that, look, don't mind him, he's just a little that way. I assure you, he's happy that there's another member of his race alive out there. He'll come around, trust me. And well, Gohan goes out to join Bardock, but he sees Bardock angry and furious. He's powering up, and he's actually powering up a big ki blast. He's just firing it up into the heavens of sheer frustration. Frieza! One day you'll pay for this! I will avenge my race! My family! You hear me? You'll pay! And well, this anger and rage is actually pushed Bardock's power even further. That 3000 power level I said happened, that anger gave him sort of a 1000 rage boost on top of it. So yes, Bardock was furious. And well, I think this is actually a good spot to actually leave things for the moment. So what do you guys think? How is this going to affect the overall story? Is it possible we'll still get Raditz and Goku after all, just much later in the timeline? And well, how's the rest of Dragon Ball going to play out now that, with Bardock there, and now Kine is there as well? Alright, all this and more next time when we continue this What If. Thank you guys for joining in. I will see you guys later.